Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I'm in the oldest botanic garden in the whole wide world. It's the Botanic Garden of Pisa. And I know that now a lot of people will start screaming, oh no, my city, my country has an older botanic garden. So let's put it more precisely. Pisa is the oldest university botanic garden in the world, which was founded as a botanic garden. Well, even this is a little bit sketchy. It was founded in 1543, so almost 500 years ago, but it moved around a bit in the first decades. And only in 1595 it came to this location here. That's why the oldest botanic garden at the same spot in the world is the Botanic Garden of Padua. As you can see, well, the oldest botanic gardens, basically, most of them are here in Italy. Well, still, Pisa can claim to be the oldest university botanic garden in the world, and it's also a really beautiful one. Let's walk around it, let's see what they have here. Here there seems to be the system. Beautiful, with all those old, what is this, lime sandstone rocks. By the way, the Botanic Garden is situated right behind, maybe 200 meters away from the Leaning Tower. So if you are coming to Pisa to do funny selfies with the tower, there is no excuse not to visit the oldest botanic garden in the world. Unlike a lot of other Italian botanic gardens, this one is really beautiful and well kept. I saw a couple botanic gardens which were quite meh, and also a few which are really good, and I must say the one in Pisa is really good. They also have a lot of fruit trees. Look at this. What is this? Wait, this is some strange thing. This almost looks like those Chinese quinces, those pseudo Chamomile sinensis. Yeah. See, here we already have our first fruit tree, the Chinese quince, and right next to it the normal quince, and right next to it a Crategos, a hawthorn. You can graft quinces and most other rosaceae on hawthorn, which is done a lot because hawthorn grows everywhere. Another fruit tree here, the Gledicchia. I guess it's Gledicchia triacanthus, although in a nearby botanic garden I also saw another species. The garden, of course, abounds with old trees. I mean, yeah, no wonder when you are almost 500 years old, you can have a couple old trees. It's a really beautiful park. The entrance fee of €4 is totally justified in this case. There are private botanic gardens here in this area with entrance fees up to €25. I didn't go there because they were said to be very ugly and not well maintained. They have orchids here. Beautiful, look at all those orchids in the sun here. They have giant bamboo, really giant 15-meter tall bamboo. I know there are bigger ones in Southeast Asia, but I think that's as big as it gets in Europe. Oh, pity I cannot take one with me. Here the climate is a lot milder than in Florence, where I visited a couple botanic gardens, and it's even milder than in nearby Lucca. So Pisa, well, it's not as mild as on the Ligurian coast, which is north of here, but which is very well protected. Pisa is not exactly on the coast, and the coastline is very flat. So there is stuff like frost damage here, but still it's much milder than all the other botanic gardens I've seen here in Tuscany. As you can see, the flora is a mixture of evergreen and summer green trees, but I would say the evergreen trees are a lot more dominant than in Pisa, than in Lucca or Florence. So the area is definitely a bit more mild. I guess it's somewhere, well, Florence might have been USDA Zone 8. This is, I'm pretty sure, already USDA Zone 9. I'm sure there is some frost here, but not too much. Funny thing is, I haven't spotted a citrus collection yet. I mean, I saw a lot of citrus collections on this trip, Some of them were really unique with many hundred different citruses. Here the only citrus I saw growing outdoors was Ponciros trifoliata. Well, the same citrus that grows outdoors in pretty much all German botanic gardens. I know it's not really a citrus, but the only citrus relative. It's interesting that they are not trying to grow anything else outside, but I mean, they are also not, I also didn't see those huge collections of potted citruses, which are so typical for every Italian mansion and castle and garden. So maybe here they just don't have a citrus collection. There are enough other citrus collections around here. A nice big Virginia oak, live oak from the southern US. Yeah, I've never seen such a big one as far as I can remember. Well, I haven't been much to the southern US, I must confess. Beautiful old tree, about 2 meters thick. For European standards, this is really a gigantic oak. Very few palm trees here. The big collections here, they are north of here on the Ligurian coast, where the climate is more mild. Despite being further north, the area is more protected. So what do we have here? We have a lot of dwarf palms. Those are quite big, but I saw a couple clusters which are even bigger. There was even a bigger area with dwarf palms. Big old dwarf palms, that means they didn't freeze. Well, big Paulovnia doesn't mean it's old. Paulovnias grow very fast. They seem to be the fastest growing tree. This is not a palm, this is a cycas. They all seem to be the same one, yeah. It seems that there is only one cycas that can reliably grow outdoors in this weather. There is a botany museum included in the botanic garden. There are a couple greenhouses. The botanic garden is quite extensive, like most university botanic gardens. Here we have on the ginkgo there a couple bromeliaceae growing. Yeah, there are areas in Italy where they can survive very well. Yeah, it's quite extensive for a university botanic garden in Italy. All the other university botanic gardens I saw were really small. This is not the original size, it was extended in the 19th century. Not gonna show you that part over there because I left my backpack and I don't want it to disappear. Couple more interesting fruit trees here. The key apple, or Cola, Dovialis cafra. Was this Dovialis cafra? No, this was Dovialis cafra. This was, the Latin name was different and I forgot it. By the way, they have a big collection of bulbous plants, of geophytes, like plants with bulbs and tubers. Really nice extensive collection here. They even have quite a lot of native orchids. I don't know if all those native orchids survive well here or if they are being replanted every 1 or 2 years. Here are some other fruit trees, pawpaws, 3 of them. That's gonna be a tasty harvest in autumn. Pity I'm not gonna be here. Well, over there I see a couple pomegranates and a loquat, and a couple strawberry trees and silverberries, and a couple hawthorns. But I still have to return to my backpack, so I'm only gonna show you half of the outdoor areas. You have to imagine the other half, and as I said, if you come to do your selfies with next to the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is probably the most famous tower in the world. So if you come here to do your selfies with the Leaning Tower, you have no excuse not to visit the Botanic Garden, which is just 200 meters behind the tower. Beautiful place. Yeah, definitely come and visit it if you're in Tuscany. It's one of the good botanic gardens, I would say. Apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos. By the way, here is the orchid collection. Most of them are looking quite well, but as I said, I don't know if they survive here for many years or if they have to be replaced. But the hills, the Tuscany hills, they abound with orchids, so I think it's not going to be too hard to replace them. So folks, here, what did I say? By the way, here a kiwi plant. and the ginkgo, also a traditional fruit tree. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful Botanic Garden of Pisa, and of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.